Okay, so we've all heard of Fortnite, right?
Yeah.
Kids love it, parents are annoyed by it. Well, today we're going to be talking about what's got everyone going so crazy about it. That's right, we're talking about video games. You see, the media likes to shine a negative light on video games, trying to convince parents that they rot the minds of your youth and are nothing but trouble. But today, I'm here to tell you that if we took a look at where video games come from, we'd be able to draw our own conclusions. According to Scholastic News, Last Access, April 8th, Catherine Presser says Fortnite is addictive and bad for kids. But on the other hand, Adam Schmidt says it's a great game for kids. They can play together even when they can't be together, and it teaches them how to work together as a team and collaborate. Today I'm here to feed you video game information and to raise respect for all things gaming. Hopefully, by the end of this, you'll have a better understanding and respect for gaming. I'll be taking you back through the history of video games, their present day uses, and what the future might have in store for gaming as a whole. Now, so, what is the history of video games? Okay, back in 1948, the first video game code was created. It was a chess simulation created by Alan Turing in 1948. It didn't run on computers because computers at the time couldn't handle such a complex code. In the early 1950s, the first video game to run on a machine was called Vermilion Brain, aka glorified tic-tac-toe. In 1958, the first video game made for entertainment purposes was Tennis for Two, a tennis simulation. It was created by William Higginbotham. He says he got his inspiration from reading a computer instruction manual. In 1962, 3 MIT employees created Space War, a 2-player game for the PDP-1 mini-computer. And the PDP-1 mini-computer cost almost $1 million in today's currency, so it was way too expensive to really go anywhere. However, in 1972, Bushnell and Dabney were inspired by Space War and created their own arcade video game called Computer Space. Now, they later founded their own company, Atari Inc., and their first employee, Alcorn, was tasked with making a Pong simulation game, but they later released it. It's now known as Pong for Atari. Now, when gamers think of the first video game, this is the game that comes to mind. I hear you all chuckling, you all know it. The co-founder, Nolan Bush, said he was pleased to hear about the number of people who had met their significant others while playing Pong. So they later released Odyssey, the first home video game console, and the gaming industry took off from there. Now, video games in the past had only one purpose, right? Entertainment. But video games today have numerous purposes, so what are they? Well, according to Public Access, contrary to traditional belief that gaming is just a source of diversion and entertainment, recent research has proved that video games has numerous benefits. So when you play a video game, what happens? Well, you have to involve your audio, visual, and physical awareness to complete different tasks. Now, these tasks have timelines and directions and rules that players have to follow that can determine decisions a player will make. Players have to think quickly and carefully about each and every one of these decisions. When you're playing a strategy game, you learn how to think many moves ahead. When you're playing an adventure game, you have to have a good sense of direction and memorize map layouts so you can navigate through a fantasy world. Some games have secrets you can unlock via puzzle. You have to pay attention to everything going on. Some video games take a whole lot of concentration and focus, especially when you're playing a video game where multiple things are happening at the same time. Not only do you have to multitask, but your brain speed has to adapt to keep up. And lastly, despite what people may say, video games can actually develop your social skills. You can play with gamers from all over the world, and using a headset, you can talk with the other members of your team. This allows you to collaborate and work together with everyone. It can also pave the way for long-lasting friendships. Now that we know what the history is and how they can better us, there's only one question left to answer, right? What does the future have in store for gaming? Well, when you're talking about the future, you're dealing with theories and guesses. There's no concrete evidence, but people are talking a lot about VR and its effect on it. See, VR is here now, but people aren't pleased with how it's been doing. According to Jaybird Gaming TV, VR, the graphics aren't that great, and it's big, bulky, and clunky. However, VR has the chance to fix their flaws and make a comeback in gaming. In 5 to 10 years, they should be able to develop headsets that are wireless, headsets that are smaller, that you can walk around more freely while wearing. But there's something else people are getting all giddy and excited about. It's the full-body gaming suit. Well, according to Tech Radar, last accessed April 8th, these suits are on the way. Quote, so this is the Tesla suit, which is a haptic feedback suit, which should give you the sensation of feeling on my body what's happening when I'm in a VR scenario, end quote. In other words, while you view the scenario through the VR headset, you feel the scenario through the Tesla suit. Now, how it works is, when you're being grabbed, shot, tripped, whatever, the suit shocks your nerves so that you can feel it. According to Futurism.com, last access April 8th, ultimately, the machine works by using electromuscular stimulation, EMS for short, and the range can vary from a gentle breeze to the impact of a speeding bullet. Now that we've talked about and frightened you all with video game potential, benefits, and history, I'd like to just say that after hearing this speech, I hope that you all walk away with a greater respect and understanding for gaming. Now I ask, what are your opinions on gaming? Thank you.
In today's fast-paced world, it's difficult to find a fun activity that'll keep you happy and healthy. We have our phones with social media and gaming, but those don't encourage activity at all. Well, there is a solution. A fun activity that both engages you mentally and physically. Escape rooms. Now, escape rooms are a series of puzzles that you can solve with friends, and they're a lot of fun. Today, I'm going to talk about how escape rooms can help improve your communication skills. Before that, I'm going to talk about what escape rooms are, and then to conclude, we'll talk about how escape rooms can also provide numerous long-term health benefits. An escape room, in its most basic form, is a series of puzzles. You'll solve it with a team. The team can vary in size, but the most popular size is from 5 to 10. Escape room playtimes vary depending upon how hard the room is and how successful the team is. But most of the time, it'll be from around 45 minutes to 2 hours. Most escape rooms have an overarching theme or goal that will help keep players invested throughout the whole entirety of the playtime. Most of the time, this theme or goal will be very engaging and interesting. Say you have a pirate-themed room, and the goal would probably be something like finding the treasure and escaping with it. And, of course, since the theme is pirates, they would decorate the room so that it gives off that pirate ship vibe. According to USA Today, last accessed April 9th, 2019, there are 2,300 or more escape room facilities in the U.S. There's even one as close as Vacaville. So really, there's no reason to miss out on the fun. Now that we've talked about what an escape room is, let's talk about how they can improve your communication skills. Well, escape rooms, you're going to be stuck with people whether you know them or not, and you're going to have to solve puzzles together, so you're bound to have to talk or communicate. It's stated on escapetheroom.com, last accessed April 8th, 2019, that Escape the Room games can help groups such as co-workers learn to work together in stressful environments. An escape room An escape room involves solving puzzles and decoding messages and finding hidden objects throughout the room. Communicating with your group to brainstorm together will help you in future careers to deal with, of course, communicating with your coworkers and operating under stress. Now that we've talked about how they can improve your communication, can they really provide numerous health benefits? Yes, they can. Now, escape rooms are by no means a physically demanding sport, but they do include a bit of moderate exercise. Things you'll do in an escape room include walking around the room to inspect it, occasionally bending over to further investigate furniture, and of course, jumping for joy because you finally solved a puzzle. Now, all of this may not seem like much, but it's moderate exercise. And according to Science Daily, last accessed April 9, 2019, 30 minutes or more of moderate exercise daily can provide lots of health benefits, such as lowering your blood pressure, increasing your stamina, and increasing your energy for that day. I don't know about you, but to me, a lower blood pressure and energy does not sound like a bad idea. So, now that we've talked about what an escape room is, how they can teach you communication skills, and how they can even help your health, I encourage you all to do an escape room, at least at some point in your life, just to try it out, because I guarantee you it will be so much fun and you'll enjoy it a lot. So, grab some friends and get ready for a great time.